So what is it at the rededication point?
Mm.
What is it there that sort of shifts your mindset, or what's different there at that point? Because you're essentially an adult making an adult decision there.
Yeah.
Even though you are saved at that point, you basically say, okay, now this is real to me. I'm going
Mm.
to stick to staying on the right path. What is it that sort of shifts your mindset there?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like the feeling that you have, like there's literally no, I wouldn't say no happiness, but you just don't have like any fulfillment. Or yeah, I would say joy. You don't really have anything that's like keeping you going. And at that point I was like, I literally can't do this. Like I know that I can't make myself happy, and nothing's gonna happen if I don't like apologize to God and say like I'm so far from you that I need to be pulled back. So yeah, that was probably the biggest turning point, just knowing that I would wake up and just feel nothing.
Yeah, you're trying to find joy in other places, but it's just not
Yeah.
coming to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very interesting point, because I think it's a point that I addressed a couple of weeks back when I was interviewing my mate Bao, is that people try to find joy in so many different places,
Yeah.
but we find joy in Christ and our relationship with Him. Do you think it's very easy to, I guess, lose that as you're growing up in a Christian environment?
I would say yeah, to be honest. I think a lot of people probably mistake, saying you're a Christian, so you're always going to be happy, or it's going to be smooth sailing, whereas it's not at all. I find that kind of attacked a lot more, just because Satan's like, hey, you're doing really well, let me just bring you back down again.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like it's not, sorry, yeah, easy. I would say that you could really lose at any point. Like we all have our own battles and trials in our lives, and we could think about that at any second and be like, oh, remember when this happened? And then boom, you're down again. So it's just like constant prayer that kind of keeps you going.
So it's constantly focusing on those negatives that sort of just bring you back down.
Yeah.
And that's something that I guess a lot of people are dealing with right now, especially in lockdown. I mean, the mental
Yeah.
health numbers are through the roof at the moment. Same with suicide and attempted suicide.
Mm.
What would you say, coming from what you've been through and what you've experienced? What would you say is sort of the best thing for a young person, a teenager, any girl out there that's struggling through this? What would you
Mm.
say to them to help them get through it?
The biggest thing I would say, first of all, is having like a good support system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because they're the only people that are going to kind of encourage you and bring you back to the place that you need to be. So like, yeah, having parents, having siblings, if you don't have that, having good friends who can encourage you, just really anyone who's going to be uplifting. That's probably the biggest thing. And then my biggest piece, sorry, of advice is talking to someone,
Mm.
because it's super hard to try and deal with something by yourself. So if you can actually talk to someone, then at least you've got like, even if it's godly counsel or not godly counsel, just something that keeps you going.
Yeah, someone that you can just sort of get it out to. I think
Yeah.
it's so easy for young people, especially. For some reason, we all have this sort of notion to say, no, just keep it in. Don't talk
Yeah.
about it. It's weak. Stay away from it. But if people actually did talk and got things out, it helps a lot more than you'd realize.
Yeah, for sure. Bottling it in is the worst part, which is what I had done for, that time that I was kind of drifted. So that's the
Really,
worst
you just
thing.
kept it all in.
Yeah.
Was there a specific reason for that?
I don't know. I think that was just my coping mechanism.
Yeah, just kept it to yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people go through that and just do
Yeah.
that because it's
Yeah.
easier that way. Less
Yeah.
judgment, less chance of hearing something you don't want to hear, that sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
And so it just keeps it in.
Mm-hmm.